Oh, it worked finally. I was trying to go live. It's my third try, and here we are. Of course, it happens when I'm not prepared. Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Gretchen, founder of Balance to the Core. So I thought I would jump on live to do a little low back, hip relief sort of class. Yesterday, I was in a car for about 6 hours, and then I had to sit at a service. So it was a lot of sitting yesterday, and my hips are super tight as well as my low back. And I thought, hey, why don't I do a little Pilates class? And why don't I record myself doing a little Pilates class so that maybe you might be feeling the same way and like to join me. So bring your mat, no props necessary, just you. Will be here for about 15 minutes. I also wanted to invite you to my Reset, Rebuild, Rise. It's a 5-day Pilates series, and it's all about reconnecting to your body. So let's say you have had an injury, or maybe you've taken a little break from working out, or you're feeling very disconnected to your body. This is 5 days to reconnect to your body from the inside out, meaning we're going to do a lot of mindset work as well as body physically work. So we're working in as well as working out, and you're going to get like sort of the whole mind body experience. So if that is interesting to you, the link is below, and you can also go to balance-to-the-core/reset, I think it is. I don't know. Go to the description below, or go to balance-to-the-core.com, and it's like right there in bold to join. Okay, so we're going to start lying down on our backs. I am planning on about 15 minutes. I don't have a clock here, so just to bear with me. Let it go. Just kind of like really release your body and let it go. If you've done a lot of sitting this week, you might feel your low back. Do some funky things, maybe your upper back too. Even though this is for hips, low back, we are getting the whole body today, especially the spine. Spine is the life force of your body. We need to keep it mobile, and that's always my goal in every class. Okay, arms long down by your sides. If you need a pillow under your head, go ahead, grab that. All right, your gaze is straight up to the sky. Your arms are long, your feet are flat. Let's take a couple of breaths here. I want you to inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose. I want your exhale to be longer than your inhale. And maybe you can start to notice when your exhale is longer than your inhale, you're sending a message to your brain that it's okay to relax. You might start to feel that in your body. Just sort of let go. We're going to take these breaths. We're going to take this time to really just melt into our mats and let go of tension so we can focus on really opening up and releasing. As you inhale, really kind of pull in from that center. So yeah, you're sniffing through the nose, but you're pulling that air from your center, widening those ribs, and then long exhales. So make sure our abdominals are nice and connected. So take an inhale here. On your exhale, float your right leg up. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, float the other leg down, up. Inhale it down. Exhale, float. And I want you to notice what's going on in your center. Can you feel how your center, as well as your breath, helps to pick up that leg? That is where we initiate our movement. That's where our strength is. That's where our power is. So let's really use our breath to bring awareness to that center. On your next exhale, leave that leg up at tabletop. Take an inhale as you prepare yourself here. So drawing in from the center, widening the ribs. Exhale, draw your center in and use that breath to help float your other leg up. With control, take those legs back down. Let's do it again. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float up. Reset. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float up. We're not going to arch the back. We're not going to pooch that belly. Good. Can you do that one more time for me? I don't care which leg you start with. Maybe start with a different leg here. Take an inhale, prepare. Oh, we'll float up. Inhale. Exhale. And now inhale, pull those thighs together. And then exhale, let those thighs go a few inches away from your center. As you inhale, draw in from the belly as you pull those legs back into your center. Exhale, they float away. Inhale to center. 3 more times. So all we're doing is we're bringing attention to our center. That's our control panel. All right. So really feel the power and the energy all go here without gripping. We're using our breath to really keep everything under control. One more time. And then inhale, go ahead. Let those legs just float on in. Now we have our center all warmed up so we can start to articulate the spine. So bring those legs down. Inhale, start to draw the pelvis towards you. Exhale, just float up to wherever you're comfortable going. If it's not up to bridge, sometimes when we sit for a while, the low back is really tight. So just come up a little bit. All right. We're going to stay for an inhale, really expand everything. And then on your exhale, we float down. We melt down through our spine. All right, so this is such a great exercise because what it's doing is opening your body the exact opposite way that you do when you're sitting. So when we're sitting, we flex our back, we flex our spine, right? Now we're opening up our hips, we're opening up that low back, and then now we want to melt it down, create flexibility in that low back especially. So with each rep, you're just trying to get a little bit deeper into the stretch. So it's not about how high you go. You can feel yourself, you'll kind of strain. Really kind of as you lift the hips, stretch those thighs away from you. Get all the juiciness out of this exercise. So the intention here is to open the hips, open the back, articulate the spine. So I really don't care about your range of motion. You just want to really feel like we're giving our body some love. So the exercises like this are exactly what we do in Reset, Rebuild, Rise. And I give you some journal prompts and whatnot to really think about a lot of other things of why maybe we're holding strain and pain in our bodies. And sometimes when we do that internal work, we can have a lot of aha moments. And doing the mind body work together gives optimal results to feel at home in your body again. Ah, excellent job. Okay. Love it. All right, we're just going to take it over to our side. I want you to cradle your head and you're going to go a 90-degree angle at your hip and knee and take your top arm and just rest it. We're not resting it on the floor. I actually want you to get it up about shoulder height so we can pull our shoulder back and feel it hug into like its pocket. Okay. So on your inhale, let's lift that arm up. And you're going to continue to inhale as you now open up the ribs. So it's not coming from the arm. If you do that, you're going to feel that strain in the arm. I want you to feel it from the rib. So you're trying to open your ribs, open your chest up to the ceiling, and then keep your gaze towards your hand, right? And then we take a giant exhale and like a kind of fan it to the front. Okay, so it's a big inhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you're still doing the same breath as we were doing before. So as you inhale, pulling from your center in through your nose, expanding those ribs. And then as you exhale, feeling Your ribs deflate. Your belly pull in. Okay. Inhale. Your knees stay on top of each other. Exhale. So this is another good one for keeping mobility in your spine, because when we sit, right, it's spine's so rigid and flexed and whatever. So now we're getting a nice length of the spine as we sort of just wring out all that tightness. So good to do twisting, especially like this where it's supported. Okay, let's go to the other side. My back's going to turn to you, but that's okay. All right, nice 90-degree. Cradle your head so you have a little comfiness. Arm out, front of the shoulder. Lock that shoulder right into its pocket. Arm comes up, and then we open from our ribs, and our chest tries to open towards the ceiling as we inhale. And then, like a big giant fan, exhale. So it's not about the arm rotation, right? It's about the spinal rotation. So that's why I like to cue the rib, that top rib opening. But you can think of it any way that you want. As you try to keep your hips and knees stacked, that's going to allow that spine to twist versus this hip coming with you, and then you lose that twist, right? Doing your connected breathing. I'm going to do one more. Awesome. And then we'll just turn it to our stomach. So you notice I'm not really doing any flexion in this routine because it's counterproductive to sitting. I was sitting for so long, I don't want to flex my spine. It doesn't feel good right now. Okay. I want length and opening. Okay. So from here, just take one hand on top of the other and pull your belly in and like kind of feel like your tailbone is pressing away from you. So you can really feel that low back lengthen. Belly pulled in. On your inhale, I want you to just kind of lift one leg, but you're really reaching that leg long. Belly is being pulled in, and then exhale it down. Inhale, lift up. So we're looking to open up that hip using the glute and hamstring. So keep alternating. So when you're sitting on your glutes, your butt muscles. So your butt muscles get very lazy and flat. This is the opposite now. We're making them work by opening up your hip, the front of your hip. Just moving with your breath. One more each side. Good. And then we're just going to take our hands sort of by our sides, and then inhale, we're going to draw our upper body up, and you're just lengthening those hips, and you're getting like a stretch through the back. So that low back gets a nice length, push through the chest, chin and chest, nose and chin. They all kind of reach forward. Belly is pulled in. And then we take it down and we inhale it up. So kind of speed this up a little bit just to like get mobility. Good. And one more time. Inhale. Maybe we go up a little further if that's okay with you. And we lower it down. We sit back, get a little stretch here. Stretch through the hip and the low back. Oh, that feels good, right? Inhale. Exhale. And then all I want you to do is sort of, you're going to send your weight forward, press through your hips, open your heart. And then tuck your toes under and sit it back and give a little pulse, pulse, pulse. Reach and open and flatten those feet. And a back. Pulse it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Open it up on an inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. This is like the exact opposite of sitting, right? Just feeling length in our spine. Our spine is very strong in extension. It's meant to extend, so let's allow it to. Try not to be too afraid. I think a lot of us get afraid to put our spine in extension, but we need to do it as long as you're supported. Good, and then just let it release down, and we're gonna come up into our hands and our knees. Take an inhale here to prepare, and on your exhale, just start to articulate and round the spine as you drop the head. So we'll do some flexion here because it feels good, because it's a supported flexion with our knees and hands down, and then send that tailbone back. Articulate through the spine, and we'll go into our extension. Inhale here, exhale, round it. Push through the tops of those feet, get a little bit more flexion. Inhale as you open. Exhale, flex. And just focus on really allowing the spine to get through those ranges of motion all the way to the end of that motion. We'll do one more flexion. And then we'll send it into a nice long spine. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, thread your arm through, drop your temple and your ear down, and stretch on your exhale. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, reach. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach. And up again. We're getting that twisted, but it's that supported twist. One more each side, and we're twisting with your breath. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. And come up to center. Really good job. So from here, let's do another hip exercise. We got to get the lateral hips working, okay? So we're going to work some abduction, reaching one leg long. You're supporting yourself nice and square with the rest of your body, so it's some strength work. We're going to lift our body, our leg up. Exhale. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale center. Inhale down. Exhale up and out, down and up, over and down, lift up and out. So we're getting that abduction where we're like reaching that leg out. It's really important to keep those muscles nice and strong so we support our joint. When the joint muscles are weak, that's when we tend to have some pain as well. There's lots of reasons why we feel pain. One of them could be the muscles around your joints are just a little weak. As we get older, we tend to kind of get less movement in because maybe we're working more. So we have less opportunity to be more mobile in our workouts and more movement, or we just don't do this movement anymore. We get a little lazy. There's lots of reasons, but it's super important to do this work. Bring it in, other side. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale out. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale center, and inhale down. All right, and you can also do long breaths if you'd rather do that instead of these like breath on each movement. It's up to you. When I breathe on a movement, it just actually really allows me to really connect with the movement and my breath. But you do what works for you. That's what's important. I am just your guide here, giving you some ideas. You are the master of your body. All right. Excellent. And then we just bring it back to center. Good. We're going to open those legs out and just give me a little kind of stretch here. Oh. Okay. One more. Take it down on our mat. All right. Hug your hand, bend your knee. Okay. So you're hugging your head, knee down, leg long. You're going to reach this leg forward and then press it back behind you. So again, this is just hip openings. So we're going to hip stretch the front of it, stretch the back of it. So we get double whammy, both ranges of motion. And of course, really take an extra beat for that leg on the way back. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hold it back there. Just stretch. You can stretch forward, counterbalance it just to really get that hip stretch. We come up, send that hip down. Just give me a nice little mermaid stretch. Over. Good. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Nice flexion. And one more each side. Lovely. All right. Spin it. Cradle your head. Bend your bottom knee. Top leg is long. Hip height. Forward. Ooh, this is my hip that always gives me troubles. So I'm going to give it a little extra love. If you have sciatica or anything like that, any nerve stuff going on, these are great because it sort of starts to get that nerve off whatever bone it might be on. You just like open it up. Sometimes those nerves like to hang out on our vertebrae, have like bulging vertebrae or whatever, and just hits the nerve a certain way. These can feel really good. Do about 2 more of these. Lovely. All right, we come up on an inhale, exhale over. And inhale, exhale. So take a sniff in the middle to prepare. Exhale as you flex. See how that breath can move you? One more each side. We'll stay here on 1. Oh, good. And release. Bring it here. I'm just going to get you to standing, and then I'll come back down to talk with you. So just coming to your hands and your feet. I want to end you in standing so you can walk away from me feeling good. Send those legs. Take an inhale here. And then use those exhales to just come up. And I just want you to stand there right now, just feeling yourself nice and grounded. Take a scan of your body, see how it feels. So all we did was sort of get some mobility back in the spine. We opened up the back and the low back. We opened up the hips, gave it some strength work as well, all in a very nice, supported, gentle way. And that's awesome for you. That's going to help you build strength deep from your center out, okay? It's really important that we get those foundational moves in. And so if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget about my 5-day Reset, Rebuild, Rise challenge. It's actually not a challenge. What do I want to call it? It's like a journey. It's an experience. It's really just kind, gentle movement for you to get you back feeling good in your bodies again. If you're feeling like you need that reset, you want to kind of come back home to your body, feel like you recognize it again. If you're wanting to do that, come join me. Would love to have you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I loved seeing you. I love being back on the mat with you. And I look forward to seeing you again this week sometime. Okay? Take care. Have a great one. Bye.